Hello, a very good evening to the learned audience. I'm Mrs. Ghosh, and I've been working in this IPR domain for the last 11 years with the most prestigious law firm, LS Dower and Company. I have the privilege to handle big 500 Fortune companies for the last 10 years, and I am an advisory for their portfolio management and for all their assignments and mergers and acquisitions. Today, my topic, as you can see, is trademark fair use in Indian jurisprudence. So, what is a trademark fair use? A registered trademark gives rights to the owner to protect its right from infringement or passing off. Such a right, which is not absolute, and it is subject to exception of fair use, which is encapsulated under Section 31 of the Act. In the most general sense, the doctrine of fair use permits a person to use any protected right which is protected under the Act with limited usage of such work so as to maintain the sanctity and originality of such work as well as the proprietor's rights of the work. Fair use in trademark is the term which is given to the use of someone else's trademark in a way that will not subject the user to liability for infringing the owner's rights. Also, fair use can be used as a defense to claim trademark infringement. And there are two categories of trademarks fair use. One is the classic or the descriptive fair use, and one is the nominative fair use. To speak more about what is a descriptive fair use, I'd say when someone else's registered trademark is used to refer to the user's goods or services. The classic fair use defense allows use of another's trademark in its primary descriptive meaning. In other words, the mark also describes a person, place, or attribute of the goods or services. This generally occurs where a trademark is descriptive, geographically descriptive, or is a personal name. What is a nominative fair use? Nominative fair use in when someone else's registered trademark is used to refer to the user's goods or services. This use is deemed nominative because it refers to the owner of the mark. The nominative fair use defense allows use of another's trademark so long as there is no likelihood of confusion. Nominative fair use often happens with comparative advertisements, media coverage, and independent retailers. Classic fair use under the Trademarks Act has been encapsulated under Section 32, which says a registered trademark is not infringed where the use in relation to goods or services indicate the kind, quality, quantity, intended purpose, value, geographical origin, the time of production of goods or of rendering of services, or other characteristics of goods or services. So this is what a classic fair use, where a trademark is not infringed. And a nominative fair use is under Section 30, Clause 2, which says a registered trademark is not infringed where the use of a trademark by a person in relation to goods adapted to form part of or to be accessory to others' goods or services in relation to which the trademark has been used without infringement of the right given by registration under this Act, or might for the time being be so used if the use of the trademark is reasonably necessary in order to indicate that the goods or services are so adapted and neither the purpose nor the effect of the use of the trademark is to indicate otherwise than in accordance with the fact a connection in the course of trade between any person and the goods or services as the case may be. A few examples of trademark fair use, the classic fair use or a descriptive fair use, wherein a food product company adopted the descriptive, although not uniquely spelled, named high-grade food products. The law did not preclude others from using the descriptive term high grade. The court found that the owner of a grocery store who began using the phrase high grade food stores to describe their stores did not infringe the high grade mark because of fair use. Also, in another case of makers of sweet tarts candy, were unsuccessful in their lawsuit against cranberry juice company Ocean Spray, where the juice company had used the term sweet tart in advertising for its juices. The court found fair use because Ocean Spray's advertising was used only to describe the taste of cranberry juice. Hence, it was not a infringement of the mark, and it was it was a classic fair use of the trademark sweet tart. A few example of now nominative fair use. A nominative fair use often happens with comparative advertising, media coverage, and independent retailers. For example, Coca-Cola might compare the quality of its classic drink to that of its competitor, PepsiCo, or a news station might report on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. A small watch company might tout that it sells and fixes Omega watches. Evolving jurisprudence of fair use in India, a few case laws, wherein the Madras High Court relied upon New Kids on the Block versus New Publishing Inc. to interpret the meaning of the word reasonably necessary under Section 30, Clause 2, Clause D, and held that for any unauthorized use of the trademark to be considered a nominative fair use, it must meet three tests. Firstly, the product or service in question must be one not readily identifiable without use of the trademark. Only so much of the mark or marks may be used as is reasonably necessary to identify the product or service. And lastly, the user must do nothing that would, in conjunction with the mark, suggest sponsorship or endorsement or any collaboration by the proprietor of such a trademark. In none other famous Hawkins Cookers versus Morgan Enterprises, which I'm sure many of us would be aware, wherein the case involved use of the registered trademark Hawkins on the gaskets by the defendant, and the court held that use of the trademark by the defendant in relation to refills or spare parts and accessories adapted for use in with the goods of the proprietor may not amount to infringement if the defendant established that the use of the mark is reasonably necessary for describing the article that is adapted for use with the plaintiff's good. Also, that the use was bona fide and that the effect of use complained of is not likely to deceive the public as to the trade origin. In appeal in the division bench of the Delhi High Court, the original defendant, while writing suitable for Hawkins pressure cookers, had given undue importance to the word Hawkins by printing it in a distinct red color and hence allowed defense of nominative fair use under Section 30, Clause 2, Clause D. Also, in a famous Price Auto Industries versus Toyota Jidosha Kabishiki Kaisha, wherein the Delhi High Court in the Linebank judgment held with the nominative fair use defense against unauthorized use of the plaintiff's trademark Toyota, Toyota Device, and Innova in connection with the defendant's car accessories and spare parts. While the single judge of Delhi High Court set aside the ex parte injunction order, past refraining the defendants from using the plaintiff's registered trademark, the division bench, which balancing equities, imposed an interim arrangement between parties with their consent, wherein the defendants were refrained from using plaintiff's registered trademark except for purpose of identifying the defendant's products can be used in the cars. They were to ensure that the words Toyota and Innova were not written in the same style and font as it was written by Toyota. Also, they were to use the words genuine accessories only in conjunction with the defendant's name. So here I've given a brief about what is trademark fair use in the Indian jurisprudence, the types of trademarks, and a elaborative and a description of what is a classic and a nominative fair use with a few case laws. And with this, I end my presentation. I'd be available to take any question and answers. Thank you.